All the people out there tonight needs to be able to just allow God to do what He will in our lives and put our total trust upon Him. God is not interested in what we can do for Him, but He delights in our trust in Him in all that we do. All the people that Jesus talked to fell into these categories: the convinced, the curious, and the committed. Which are you tonight? Are you convinced that He is who He says He is? Are you curious and want to know more about the Lord? Or are you committed? Are you committed wholeheartedly, full force to serve the Lord? For an example, the disciples had left their nets, their boats, and their fathers were not just curious, and they were way past convinced. They were committed. That's what God wants us to be tonight. He wants us to be committed to Him. He wants us to be willing to drop everything and just follow Him. The curious shows up to church, but they try not to get involved in the church. They want to show up physically, but have no desire in showing up spiritually. These people will never be on the These people will forever be on the outside looking in. These type of people are much like the employee that punches a time clock but not dedicated to do anything else. They expect to get their paycheck, but they aren't really doing their responsibilities. These types of workers are lazy and poor employees that more than likely receive negative evaluations from the bosses and stand a great chance of not returning to their jobs. Now, don't get me wrong here. I don't believe Jesus is going to fire us, because once you ever a minister or anything for God, there is no retiring spot. There ain't no time to retire until you're 6 feet under in the grave, or until the rapture takes place, whichever comes first. But as long as you've got breath in you, you ought to do what the Lord tells you to do. But I, for one, do not want a bad evaluation from Him when my job here on this earth is over and I stand before Him at the judgment seat. The convinced are dedicated. They get involved in the church and they know God is real, but since they will not give up their crazy obsessions in the world, they can only know about Jesus. They cannot know Him personally. They are too obsessed with what they can gain in the earth here and now, rather than what Jesus offers them. They know very well that they know very well what is desired of Jesus, but are just too unwillingly to accept His full, complete call. They want to escape by life only doing the bare minimum. They are much like small children that continue to be disobedient, that know better, but really have no desire in changing their ways. The committed are those who make a definite decision in life to walk with Christ. No matter what the consequences are, the mark of a dedicated Christian is their dependence on Jesus, allowing Him to lead them and to guide them, no matter what direction it might happen to be. And that leads into the third thing we need to learn. We need to learn to stop trying to lead ourselves and allow Jesus to lead us.